What makes a good leader?
I think the most effective leaders possess a rare blend of strategic foresight and genuine empathy. It's not enough to just bark orders. You have to articulate a shared vision that makes everyone feel like a stakeholder in the outcome. A great leader is someone who isn't afraid to roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty alongside their team, which builds a level of respect that a title alone never could. However, they must also maintain enough professional distance to make the tough, objective calls when the situation demands it.
Are leaders born or made?
I'm inclined to believe it's a bit of both, though I definitely lean toward the made side of the spectrum. While some people are born with a natural charisma, the actual nuts and bolts of leadership, like sound judgment and resilience, are usually forged through experience. No one is born knowing how to navigate complex organizational politics or rally a team after a major setback. Those are skills you hone by failing and learning. That being said, without a baseline of innate confidence, it's arguably much harder to convince others to follow your lead in the first place.
Should leaders be liked or respected?
In an ideal world, you'd have both, but if forced to choose, respect is the non-negotiable bedrock. Being liked is often fleeting and dependent on making popular decisions, whereas respect is earned through consistency and competence. A leader who is obsessed with being liked will often shy away from necessary but unpopular choices, which eventually undermines their authority. Mind you, a leader who is respected but completely unapproachable runs the risk of creating a culture of fear, which is just as damaging. How do leaders influence society? Leaders exert influence far beyond policy. They essentially establish the moral and behavioral norms for the rest of society. Their conduct creates a ripple effect. When a leader engages with civility, it normalizes that behavior in everyday public discourse. Conversely, a leader who uses divisive rhetoric can inadvertently sanction social friction and hostility among the general population. Of course, a society isn't just a mirror of its leaders. Individuals still have the agency to push back against poor leadership.
What challenges do leaders face today?
I'd say the biggest hurdle is the relentless scrutiny that comes with the 24-hour news cycle and social media. Leaders no longer have the breathing room to deliberate. There's an intense pressure to provide immediate hot takes on every global event. This environment often breeds a kind of defensiveness, where being bold is traded for playing it safe to avoid a public outcry. However, this same connectivity also gives leaders an unprecedented platform to reach people directly and bypass traditional gatekeepers.
Is it better to lead or follow?
I don't think it's a binary choice of one being superior to the other. They're two sides of the same coin. A group of all leaders would be total chaos, while a group of all followers would be rudderless and stagnant. In a high-performing team, the engine room, the people who execute the plan, is just as vital as the person at the helm. Ultimately, the most valuable skill is situational awareness, knowing when to take the reins and when to support someone else's expertise.